Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back on into the ALTTPR League main channel, where we have more spoiler pilot key sanity action for you. Once again, out of the Eastern Pennant Division in the Pennant Conference of the Open League. My name is Westside Vandal, back on comms. Joining me is Tyler Salt.
Hey, Wes, how's it going?
Doing all right. So you got the pronunciation guide for one of these team names, so I'll go ahead and let you introduce these teams.
Yep, on the left side of your screen, we've got Biumvirit, represented by Vinter, and on the right side of your screen, there pronounce Unsere Alkoholmannschaft hat ein Volleyball problem. Our drinking team has a volleyball problem, represented by Yak.
All right. And they definitely haven't been having very many randomizer problems, as they are in second place in the division at the moment. Looking to
15 points, pretty good.
Yep. Looking to I believe go into a tie for first with a win. Yep. So we'll see what happens as we get underway here. 10 arrows in Sanctuary, both players starting in Sanctuary, as is kind of normal for a spoiler pilot. As our pilots did just now get the spoiler log, so they're starting to get their information. So both of our runners are going to have a prescribed start to allow the pilots time to start processing, including a free Houlihan here to really give that time that is needed.
Yeah, this is a pretty standard opening in these, or a pretty normal opening in these spoiler races. You get 225 rupees here, and you start back out at Link's house, and it gives your pilot a chance to parse through the complicated spoiler log and get all of the information. It's a bit of a conservative opening, but it is a pretty common one.
Yeah. All right. So we'll see where our pilots direct our runners to first here in the light world as play continues. Looks like we are heading right back into Link's house for something.
Hey, a lamp. We like those. That's helpful.
Isn't that vanilla?
More or less, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get it there in NMG, but if you open that chest in vanilla, you do get the lamp. In NMG, you wait and you get it on the in Zelda Cell. But looks like we're gonna go fire some bombs here. There's one.
Oh, apparently, poor ADD or OCD sufferers. Apparently, Vinter did actually miss 10 rupees in the Houlihan room.
Oh no, no. All right, looks like there's something on Race Game, or at least we are going there. It's possible that there's something there. It's possible also that our runners are just doing some standard CAC checks to see, to give their pilots some time. But here on the Race Game, we have it's a Moon Pearl. We need that.
Yeah, that's definitely required. We are very much not in a overworld glitches mode. We need that Moon Pearl.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be important. So our pilots here are again have access to the spoiler log. They got access to it as soon as the game started, and they're right now. What are they looking for? They're looking for Dark World access. They're looking for boots. Those are the big things early. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. I mean, if you maybe start seeing like breadcrumbs to go to like say Eastern early, you might start looking towards like pulling that thread. But for the most part, yeah, you're looking for, okay, what opens up the most checks the most quickly, so we can start untangling the web here.
Yeah, exactly. So you might see, looks like we're headed into, there are the boots. Hey, yep. Early boots is nice.
Yes, indeed, and that makes 2 seeds now in a row here on League, where the boots have been very early in the seed, which is nice for our runners. A little bit more chaotic for the pilots, because now our runners are going to be able to go fast.
Yeah, not ideal from that perspective for sure.
Interesting point of order here. Yuck is continuing in Kakariko. Vinter saved and quit, and is heading to Hyrule Castle and Uncle.
That is interesting. What are we getting here in Kakariko that Vinter is not interested in? Vinter's headed straight for Dark Cross.
Interesting. Looks like it was mostly safeties for Yak there. It was a red potion and a full heart container.
That's a fair investment, I would say, into blind side, but also a perfectly reasonable skip on Vinter's part.
Yep, absolutely. If you feel confident in your early game and low percent execution, yeah, perfectly reasonable skip. Meanwhile, Dark Cross, flute.
Hey,
Okay.
that's a nice one to get early too.
Yeah, that's probably exactly why they went, yeah, we're going here right now. We need that. Speaking of things we need, Ganon's Tower big key in the inside the reservoir dam chest there.
Yep. Now our tracker, Captain Koek, is going to have access to the spoiler log. So once he gets that open, he'll be able to tell us the crystals and pendants for the seed, because of course we're not going to see a map check in spoiler mode, and we'll hopefully be able to see what medallions we're going to need, if any.
All right. Looks like we do need to go into Mini Moldorm here or something. And it looks like Vinter is going to go ahead and pick up those safeties in Kakariko. Maybe just Pilot hadn't quite gotten that far yet. Just went, hey, Flute, go get it now.
Yep. All right, we got a sword and a big key to desert out of Mini Moldorm.
All right, and we're going to get that Flute activated here while we're here. Good call, good choice.
07.
Indeed. The goose is loose, the duck is amuck, the pheasant is present, the dodo is go-go. Bird puns.
Yep.
Been a while since I got been a while since I got that one in, so you know. Nothing but the hits. All right, immediate flute to 8 here. Looks like we're gonna see Ice Rod Cave.
And a key on the library. It's a small key to Hyrule Castle.
Okay.
Do we have a glove in the back of Escape?
Ugh. Oh boy.
That's awful.
Well, I mean, not to metagame a little bit here, but we did also see runners pick up the Hyrule Castle small rather early in the seed in the previous race, with that not meaning anything.
Yeah.
So
I know that when my teammate and I run these seeds, our approach early on is to grab keys, because like it's gonna take a little while for the pilot to figure out exactly whether we're going to need a given key that isn't necessarily required.
Big play here by Biumvrit. Small key to swamp and the hook shot in waterfall, which they water walk to.
Yeah, nice, good. That was very well done, and is Flipper liked a little swamp palace care package there in Waterfall Ferry. And we've got Divergence right away as Vinter's taking that hook shot over to East Death Mountain. Yak with that Hyrule Castle small key headed to the back of Escape. We have to see a glove here. It's the only reason why we would be doing this, or something leading to the first glove.
Yeah. Missed what was an Ice Rod Cave. So did I, actually, come to think of it. Flippers in the back of Escape.
Oh, there you go.
And that's a save and quit. And that's points early to Vintner, I think, then, because he used the boots and the water walk there to be able to circumvent those flippers.
A little bit of a better route there. So we'll be able to get we'll be able to wait on those flippers, especially if the hook shot blocks the first glove, which it very well might up here.
Yep. Heart container.
That's it, though.
That's all we need out of Paradox.
Spiral Cave coming up next, though. Yak is in Saha for a key to Pod, 1 of 6, and a bow.
And bow, okay.
Classic bow in Saha.
Yeah. All right, so let's see here. What are we going to See here. I will say, Vinter opting to use the water walk there as opposed to grabbing flippers. We still haven't seen the pendant and crystal information tracker working on that. But that would say to me that we may not need to do swamp and or ice, because Vinter doesn't seem too overly concerned about those flippers.
That's a good point. Or maybe he's just waiting. The flippers were the back of escape, right? Oh, there's a cape.
Yeah.
Is this an Agaseed?
Oh Lord in heaven!
This is an Agaseed. It's got to be. He
Oh
went
Lord
out
in
of his
heaven.
way to get the cape. We have one sword, or Vinter doesn't have a sword yet. He's flying back to the right side of the mountain, left side of the mountain. rather.
We would need to find both castle tower keys, and this is not fad keys. Those are just
that's
out
a good
in the
point.
wild somewhere.
That's a good point. But we went out of our way for the cape, so I have to think that we're looking at Aga here.
All right. After getting bullied a little bit by the death cabbages here on Death Mountain. Recovers nicely. Gonna check Spectacle Rock here. There's Quake on top of Spectacle Rock. All right.
Yeah, Cape could be for Spike Cave. That's possible. It's a good point from Bo Barnage in the chat. There's a key to Castle Tower. Yep, we got ourselves an Agaseed, or at least something in Aga 1 in the tower.
Oh, come on. Really, game?
Yeah.
Rude.
We might not need, it could just be items in Castle Tower. We might not need to go through all the way and kill Aga. But clearly that's something that that Biumvirat has sussed out that Volleyball Problem has not.
Okay. So I did go ahead and peek at our prizes, our boss prizes here for
Sounds
crystals
good.
and pendants.
What do we got?
Our pendants are Swamp Palace, Skull Woods, and Misery Mire.
Okay.
I forget what the green pendant is actually called off the top of my head. I'm sorry.
Courage.
Courage. So Skull Woods is our green, and
Okay.
our 5 and 6 crystals are Ice Palace and Thieves Town. There's our second Castle Tower key. Oh my God, we're going to Castle
all
Tower
the way, buddy.
Oh my goodness gracious! Great balls of blue. Wait, hold on. That was wrong. Anyway, moving on.
I got you.
So that would point to us not needing to go into Swamp Palace. Unless like easy routing opens up for those flippers, because Swamp Palace is not the green pendant,
right?
So we don't need to go. We don't need to kill Argus for that reason, and we can just fake flipper dice. So
yeah, so that might be that's a big advantage there potentially for Biumvirat, who have sussed out that maybe those flippers, unless there's going to be something in. Oh, no glove. Can't go up that way. Unless there's going to be something in Swamp Palace, those flippers not going to be required. But Yak realized that need that hook shot before you can go get what you need in up on Death Mountain.
Gonna be putting those flippers to use and going up to Waterfall here. Meanwhile, Vinter fluting to 4 and heading over to Eastern area to grab that bow, I would assume. Oh, Eastern Palace big chest with the mirror. Good catch by our tracker.
Yeah.
And actually, I just realized both our runners did pick up that Swamp Palace small, so I am probably incorrect.
Yeah, no, it looks like those. Well, it might be a case of the pilot just hasn't gotten to figure out whether there's anything in Swamp Palace, so they just say, "Oh, hey, the Swamp Palace small is here, grab it."
Yeah.
There was a big key over here on Zora Ledge.
Ah, okay. And it must be a required one if Yak is grabbing it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Gonna need that one.
Yep.
Do we have confirmation on what medallions we're gonna need?
Oh, I did not look at that, and I already closed the log. Oops.
As we see Vinter and Biumverit headed off towards getting that mirror in Eastern Palace. Yak looks like headed to activate that flute before headed up the mountain. Bonk. Nope. I think still trying to walk up that mountain. Still not going to be able to do that without a glove. Need to activate that flute.
Yep. Yep. I think, judging by how they swapped to it immediately. Bombos in right side of Eastern.
Yeah, interesting that that Yak didn't get that on the Eastern dip. Either or maybe they did, and we just missed it. But
yeah, it is kind of chaos to track a pilot seed early because it's just a bunch of checks. But anyway, as I was saying there, Yak, I think in kind of that chaos, switched to the flute and then realized, oh wait, I haven't activated flute yet.
Yep.
Well, this is going great. You know, one of those never feels good if you're a runner moments to be like, oh, I can't do that because I don't have that. Well, backup plan. Oh wait, crud.
It's tough. It's as someone in, excuse me, in my in the league here, my teammate and I, we haven't played this week yet, but we're gonna flip flop, right? Because the same runner can't run both seeds, and so he's gonna pilot one, which is his normal role, and then I'm gonna pilot the other, which I am not looking forward to. I find early game piloting to be extremely stressful. There's a lot of information that you got to parse through and organize really quickly while your runner is like asking you questions in the meantime. So there's our mirror in Eastern Palace. Big key.
Yak takes a death there. That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
Don't
not the worst.
Intentional.
It may be one of those intentional deaths, right? Down to a half a heart on this screen is difficult sometimes.
So I did go ahead and pop the log back open just for the medallions. We are going to need Bombos for Turtle Rock and Quake for Misery Mire. So that Bombos medallion is definitely necessary. And oh, hey, we've already seen Quake. We just need to mirror to get it, which both our runners have. And both our runners are going to be getting pretty much in lockstep here.
Yeah, we'll see if they need... So Vinter did pick it up. Both of them are picking up. So it looks like we're either... we very well might see something here in Misery Mire and Pendant Mire, which is never a good time.
Nope. All right, so we are going to see Tower of Hera here. There's a pod small key. Nice. Yak leaving, Vinter staying put. Gonna do a Hera pot here. Or attempt to do a Hera pot. Ooh, boy.
That doesn't look right. I think it's too... Yeah.
Up. And this is why I love being able to do the hook speed method, because you don't have to worry about pixel dependent setups like that as much.
That's true. All right, Vinter's making the call. We're headed to Aga.
So I will say, the fact that Vinter was trying to Harapot there was very interesting, because that speaks to possibly something being there besides just, needing to kill Moldorm. And actually, now that I think about it, that could just be all Vinter wanted to do was, hey, we're here anyway, let's just go ahead and kill Moldorm.
Yeah, and then you can just come back later. If there's nothing up there, just have it be the last thing you do.
But yeah, then he missed the bomb setup twice and just decided, you know what, never mind. We'll come back later. Yak, unfortunately, taking another death here. And is coming back, so there must be something else up here that he needs to grab.
He still needs the cape out of Spiral Cave.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There we go. Alrighty. FaZe, good point from FaZe in chat. beating Moldorm would have refilled magic for Aga Tower.
I suppose. I mean, so I guess like there's a reason to do it early. Use Bombos through here. Yeah, that could be helpful. Wood the Land's not that bad.
All right.
Oh, no items though. We just needed to get to Aga.
Yep. All right. So Yak heading down to get that that cape, necessary cape. Let's see here.
So both gloves, the hammer, and the other 3 swords all locked by the Dark World.
Ugh. Oofta.
A real winner of this seed.
Oofta is all I've got to say about that.
Yes. Swedish for Oive.
All right. So both of our runners just making their way up to the Aghanim 1 fight. All right. So, I am double checking. I just pulled up Yak's individual stream. Yak's tracker does not. Well, Yak's tracker does not have Quake marked either, but we know they picked that up. So Yak may not be tracking properly because I mean we are trying to go very very fast here in a piloted Key Sanity.
Yeah,
so...
I couldn't imagine trying to track a seed like this manually.
Yeah.
I've been using auto tracking for so long now that I having to track a seed manually just completely throws me off.
Same. But anyway, the point I was trying to make is I do not see Bombos Medallion lit up on Yak's tracker either. So
yeah,
that
so
could be something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I think it's really only a problem if like the Eastern Big Key is in Turtle Rock, right? Because they're gonna need to go back there to finish Eastern anyway. So unless the Eastern Big Keys in Turtle Rock are locked by something in Turtle Rock, they can just do Eastern first, and it's not a big deal. Or the other problem would be if the Fire Rod is in Ice Palace, which it so often is.
All right, but we'll see how that plays out as this seed continues. Aga 1 looking friendly-ish so far. I haven't been paying too close attention.
Yeah, I haven't been counting. Some number of blue balls.
Yes. A number between 0 and 15. Between 1 and 15.
I was about to do the exact same thing.
Between 2 and 15. Let's run this joke into the ground. All right.
Hey, as where all good jokes belong, the ground.
Yep. Especially on my commentary style. Anyway. Also, that was 3 blue balls in a row after we had said we weren't paying attention. Commentator's curse is alive and well.
Kefka says 4.
And well, there's 5 at least. So yeah, commentator. Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Oh no.
I had 11 the other day. Feels bad.
It's like the game knew. Oh, the comms are paying attention. Oh, here's all the balls in the pattern.
Here you go.
Yikes. But there's our 6th and final hit. And down goes Aga 1. What on earth do we need to do next? I'm assuming, I'm hoping there's something on Pyramid Ledge to at least make you feel better.
Nope.
No, there's not. Wow. Okay.
Really, the only place we can go from here is Pod. Oh no, we have the flippers. We could pop over to the left hand side.
Yeah, flippers and hook shot. Yeah, we can pop over.
Yep. But Pod it is.
Yep.
And Vinter saving a little time here. Vinter has the bow. It just hasn't. The tracker hasn't caught up, right? Because he did go into Eastern Palace. He would have picked up the bow on the way here.
Yep, absolutely, yeah.
And so yeah, it wouldn't have made sense. I guess you could have gone into Eastern without going into Saha to get the bow, considering you couldn't finish it anyway, and then maybe you just mirror over. when you're coming back here, but you know, it's faster to just hop into Saha without doing the mirror thing.
Alrighty.
All right, so no shooter chest in pod.
No bowlocked side either. I'm wondering if maybe, I mean, we have the palace. Oh wait, no, Vinter does not have the big key.
That's true. Where was that pod big key? We saw that. Oh, it was on Zorlich.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's unfortunate.
So that means there's something in here that we need, period.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like... It may just be that the big key... Or the big chest is empty, because we don't have the hammer anyway.
Yeah.
There's glove number 1, and we are out. Yeah, Yak having the flippers could potentially be something here. Oh, man, I might have picked up that 300 rupees on the pyramid ledge.
Yeah, that's a pretty big advantage. That's I mean, if Forts and Yak's heading straight for Catfish with Zora money. Oh no.
No, he's doing something here. There we go.
Yep, heading straight for Catfish with Zora money and the ability to mirror. Just took a second.
So that might be, as we see Vinter popping into the back of Escape, going to pick up those flippers now when it is a lot faster. So a nice route there.
And travel and they're okay. They're heading over to Village of Outcasts and Northern Dark World here. Okay, interesting.
Yep, so
interesting.
No Catfish Zora for us. That money was for safety, clearly.
Well,
Vinter headed up to get that pod big right now.
With the way Yak was moving around there, I think they.
Oh, Yak doesn't have the glove yet, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So couldn't get to
they
Catfish
might have
anyway.
been. Yeah, they might have been thinking they needed to do that, and then just went, well, yeah. Oh, we need to go over here anyway. Just go. We're making a beeline for the back of Skull Woods here.
Without a fire rod.
Without a fire
We're stealing
rod.
the key.
Okay. What on earth is this?
We're just stealing the key. It must be something in the front that we don't want to have to save and quit out of, which makes sense with Aga being our only Dark World access at the moment.
There's that big key to Dark Palace for Biumverit there. Heart container for safety for Yak there, nice. And now Vinter heading using the Aga portal. The Aga 1 to portal to Dark World. Nicely done.
Only way to get there right now. The Thieves Town big key in Skull. We need that.
Yes. Very much so. All right, and now Vinter. Okay. All right, so I think that pretty conclusively kills Catfish at the very least.
Yeah, that's not happening. Speculation. Didn't pay off. All right, we're headed to Thieves Town. No small key, no hammer, so the big key will remain a mystery for now. The big chest, excuse me.
Yep.
Oh, there's our other glove.
Wow. All right.
So that's interesting. So that means that, and there's a key up on Bumper Ledge that Biumverit's grabbing that that volleyball problem didn't. So that's interesting, right? Both of our gloves are available right away once we get into the Dark World. One in Pod and one in Thieves Town. We've got Biumverit are committing to a double dip of Pod, and at this point we can see volleyball problem is clearly trying to single dip it. And anytime you can single dip Pod, I think is a good time. So as Vinter picks up another Pod small key. So you get that glove earlier, but with nothing being on Catfish, I think I like volleyball problem's approach to this a little bit better.
Yeah, I could agree there. I would also like to point out a couple of interesting key pickups in Thieves Town. We did see another small key to Skull Woods picked up by Yak and Volleyball Problem, and we also saw a small key to Gen's Tower.
Yeah, so the Skull Woods big key's not required. You can do it with nothing there. As we see Vinter picking up that other glove, so we have the mitts now. That's nice. The Ganon's Tower big key is if there's one right along the way, you grab it, so you don't have to steal the pot key. But both Skull and Ganon's Tower are clearable without any small keys.
Yeah. And just to clarify for anybody confused listening in chat, Tyler did mean small keys the entire time. There were a few times he said big keys. He meant small keys.
Yeah,
it's fine.
You can clear Skull without the big key, but obviously we need that Ganon's Tower big key.
Yeah. All right, so we are heading down into the depths of Thieves here to take out Blind and earn our first crystal.
Like, take him out, like, on a date?
No, just no. Moving ever so swiftly
Come on. Seems like a nice guy. I don't know, probably got some trust issues.
I mean, that's the worst definition of blind date I've ever heard.
I didn't even consider that.
Oh no, the train is going off the tracks and the tracks are melting. Oh,
there are tracks.
You're not helping. Anyway, gonna be kind of a slow, actually, now that I think about it, this is kind of a slow first crystal for a spoiler seed. It's going to be 31 minutes in before we get our first crystal.
I gotta say, it's interesting that, so Vinter dipped into Thieves Town to grab that Skullwoods small before going up to Skullwoods to get the Thieves Town big. I wonder, that seems slower than stealing the key from the middle of Skullwoods, but it's probably pretty close, to be honest.
Yeah. And it may just be a question of, may have just been a question of Pilot and Runner didn't think in the moment of, oh, hey, we can just go steal that key from over here.
Yeah. Stun Pies is hearts, so we have some nice, well done there to get back to 2 hearts. I will often, usually you try to leave that heart at the top of the hallway for right before blind if you need it, but I am not shy about grabbing that right here if you need to go through the hellway.
Yeah.
Or if you need the health before going through hellway.
Yeah. Now, bear in mind, we do have the cape. That'll make hellway a little bit easier if you want to switch to it, but they're choosing not to.
Doing a pretty good job.
Mm-hmm. All right. The Yak, meanwhile, gonna grab that Palace of Darkness small here. And then I would assume, well, no, we don't have Titans, so that's not good. Well, no, we have the Mirror. So we should be able to do Graveyard and King's Tomb if anything.
Yeah, but we would have done that on the way in, right? With the boots, you can get there pretty quickly.
Fair. Yeah, good point. Both of our runners passed by those areas on the way over here. That's
so I think that if we were going to do that, we would have done it on our way over.
Tracker saying they did not see Vinter grab the Ganon's Tower small. They may not have.
That doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I mean it's probably about equal given where that Ganon's Tower small was here in Thieves Town.
Did Yak? I think Yak got soft locked there. I think by crossing, you can see he's not able to move down. And I think he did that because he was crossing the screen barrier as the cape was.
Save and quit, dude. There we go.
Yeah, you got to save and quit there, which is really unfortunate without the hammer because he's gonna have to go all the way back around. That's a big oops. Yeah. So if I believe the way that works is because that's happened to me. If you cross a screen boundary as the cape is running out of magic, you can cause some unfortunate behavior there like that.
Yeah, because Link to the Past is a very, very well-coded video game with absolutely no flaws whatsoever.
Hey, you know, we like its flaws are what makes it beautiful. So you don't see that very often.
Yeah.
And honestly, right there is the only place that's ever happened to me. You know, if you pop on the cape to avoid the murder dactyls there, and then keep running, if it runs out right there as you're making the screen transition, you're in for a bad time. But Yak is back on track, headed down towards these South Dark World checks. Yeah, I'm kind of with Sailor Nep here. It's just like the fact it's got a lot of glitches, but the fact that none of them completely caused the game to crash or anything like that, and that we can keep playing, or very few of them, you know, it's a pretty resilient piece of software for all of the things, all the edge cases that we take advantage of. You know, there are a lot of glitches that they fixed going forward, but you know, all these things that just cause the game to be faster and a little bit more fun, but not breaking the game. You know, thanks to the devs. Great job.
Thanks to the devs for their amazing post-release patchwork 30 years ago that we completely and totally ignore for the most part.
Yeah. 30 years ago, I think exactly. Not to the day, but
yeah,
I believe that's 30 years. I believe it came out in 91.
Yeah. All right. So we are back down to, and yep, we are heading into swamp. So we are going to see a little bit of pendant diving action here.
Oh, without the hammer. Is this a hammer in first chest of swamp situation or behind the bottom of the wall?
Oh. Oh no.
Oh no, indeed.
Or like shovel or book leading to that.
Something leading to the hammer. Gross.
Oh.
That would explain why our runners picked up that first key, the Swan Small. There's our hammer.
Stop hammer time.
Don't even need the key for that.
And yet that's probably a question of, oh hey, our hammer's in swamp, just grab the swamp palace small just in case.
Yeah. But then we're out, so nothing else in. That's the only thing that we're gonna see in swamp, because other than that, they had everything that they needed to complete it. So Blinkin, you'll miss at Swamp Palace this seed.
Oh, blue goo, nice. Take that. We'll also take a heart container. And blue meringue, okay.
Yeah, thank goodness this is a spoiler seed for sure.
All right, and I think with that, Yak is going to head over and do Palace of Darkness here.
Yeah,
Certainly has all the tools to finish it.
I imagine Vinter is headed there as well.
All right, and as Sailor Net pointing out in chat, seeing that hammer location as a pilot has got to be just the best feeling in the world, and yet both teams doing a pretty good job of routing through that particular bottleneck.
Yeah, this early seed, the early game here in this seed was an absolute mess, and you know, with a hiccup or you know, with one or two hiccups from both of our teams, for the most part, doing a great job.
All right.
Vinter not headed back over to Pod right away. We're getting our first look at the Misery Mire area.
And I would assume he's going to try and find Eastern Palace big to be able to just pod Eastern back to back.
That makes a lot of sense. And we're headed straight into Misery Mire here. So yeah. Which if that's the case, if we're finding the Eastern Palace big key in here, I like this move a lot by Biumvirate. Makes them able to do only a single trip back over to the pod area. Oh, we do see the Cane of Samaria in the pod big chest, or the pod big key chest.
Oh boy. And there's a small key to TR. I believe that's our second of the 3 we need outside of the Poke Room.
Yep, we need 3 if there's nothing in Lava Chest, but we will need the 4th key if there is something in Lava Chest.
Which, I mean, given how the rest of this seed has been going, I would be disgusted but not surprised.
Yeah, I mean, like a couple days ago, I saw one of these races that had the TR Big Key in Lava Chest Vanilla. So,
Oh. Oh. No, thank you. All right.
yeah,
Looks like we are seeing
ahead.
a hammer yump here from Yak.
Yump. But just walking right past the big chest, so.
Right.
And there's our
look,
Eastern
it's the
Palace
big key of Eastern. Yep.
well sussed out there. And the big key of Turtle Rock in the Pod Dark Maze. We're not done in Misery Mire, though. Something else in here.
I would guess maybe a sword, or I mean, would silvers be worth it to stick around in here?
Depends on where they are. If they're in the compass chest or the lobby chest, sure. If they're in cutscene chest, less so.
All right. So let's see what else we're in mire for here. Looks like it's the lobby chest. Death on the Yak side there. I wasn't quite paying attention. Was that? Oh my God, that's the fire rod.
We need that. Yeah, that's really good.
Oh boy, howdy.
So 2 required items in Pendant Mire. We're done. And we're heading into Desert Palace.
I mean,
no big key here. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh no. Or are we stealing the key?
Oh. Okay. Well, let's find out.
Oh no, this is bad.
Oh no. Oh no.
No Desert Big. Or maybe actually, you know what? So Volleyball Problem has the Desert Big tracked. Is maybe we just have missed that on the tracker. And again, you know, no shade to Captain Koek, who is tracking these spoiler seeds can be quite difficult. But we will get that here. I think they do have the Desert Big Key because I believe that was in Mini Moldorm Cave, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, we'll get the confirmation here in just a second.
It was in Pinball Room. Let's go Woods, I think.
Oh, okay, we do have it.
Oh no, sorry, that's incorrect.
Pit Room.
That's Mini Moldorm Cave, far right.
Okay, yeah, so they did get that.
And just to clarify, I am only looking at the log for things we have already found. I am not looking ahead.
All right. And Skullwood Small, don't care about that.
All right.
And there's crystal number 2 for Beyumvrit.
Yep. And I kind of feel like they're firmly in the driver's seat right now because they're going to be able to go to Palace of Darkness and just blast through Palace of Darkness and Eastern here.
Yeah.
Whereas Drinking King with a volleyball problem is going to have to come back here and do Eastern.
Yeah. Volleyball Problem feels like an unsolved question in like higher mathematics. Oh, somebody found a solution to the volleyball problem. I don't know what that would be.
All right. So Vinter heading back to Palace of Darkness now to clean up. Gonna be able to clean up Palace here and then immediately go and do Eastern. All right. All right. So let's see how this continues here. As once again, Beyumvrit playing from a position of power right now, I would say, with being able to go back to back here on these 2 particular crystal dungeons. But still plenty of stuff left to find. We still need to find wherever that ice rod has gone off to for Turtle Rock. All right, here's the mirror for Yak and fluting away. And now they're going to be going to Mire to pick up that Eastern Big.
Yeah, they clearly realized their misstep there. Oh, there's
there's
another bow.
vanilla bow.
Ah.
Woo! All right. Okay. This seed is rude, man.
Yeah, again, like, if this were not... playing open keys, just kind of in general, is a rough mode, I would say. Sends you all over the place. And making it spoiler is a great way to play this mode, because otherwise it can be a bit of a pain.
All right. So Vinter now making good use of those silvers there to just blast through the back of Eastern Palace here. All right.
Volleyball problem into Meyer will pick up that Eastern Palace big key and the fire rod here.
Oop, this Armos fight getting away a little bit from Vinter here, but
yeah, you don't always have
good
silvers
recovery.
here, so trying to remember what to do with silvers, trying to get that set up. It looked like they were almost doing almost did a couple moves that were like the regular arrow quick kill setup.
Small key to Gan's tower off of the boss there, off of Armos there. So I'm kind of curious now about that other Gan's tower pickup. I guess maybe muscle memory.
Either muscle memory or, again, just like, hey, go pick this up because
yeah.
Either, hey, go pick this up because I it's right there and we might as well grab it, and not realizing that you were going to get another one later. And it's possible just like, hey, we'll pick this up because we don't want to bother with the like picking that up in Thieves Town may or may not be faster than getting the pot key in GT and then mirroring back. So it's pretty close.
Yeah. Because let's see here. Let's talk through this here. We need the one turtle rock small.
Yep.
And
at least
the ice rod.
Yep.
I think are the only things we are missing technically.
So Vinter,
a second sword.
Vinter still needs the TR big. At least going by our tracker.
And that's
which he's about to get here. Yeah. It's in the back of pod.
Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, I'm looking at the trackers and thinking it through. I think the only things we have left to find are one turtle rock small, and the ice rod, and another sword.
Yeah, that looks right to me. Maybe with a couple other keys pending, if they lock any of those things.
So, could this potentially have a sword, a required sword in Gan's tower?
Yeah, totally. Which is always very rude.
Yeah.
But yeah, totally. All three other swords could be in GT here, for all that we know. Like, we haven't seen the only other checks in the overworld that are locked by the Master Sword of the tablet. So we haven't seen the book yet. So that seems unlikely.
Yeah. And plus, we would need to get another sword anyway. And honestly, I kind of feel like at this point in the race, our runners are just kind of like, well, I guess we're doing Master Sword silvers. They're just like any sword whatsoever. All right. So Yak now heading back into Eastern. Gonna be finishing that off now that we have that Eastern big key.
Yeah, so obviously I think that fair to say that Biumvirit, I think, has an advantage here. they're gonna handle this area a little bit, a little bit more efficiently.
Yep. They're going to be killing Helmassar here, and probably be out of the Helmassar fight about the time Yak is getting... Well, nope. They're going to be out of the Helmassar fight before Yak even gets back there, because Yak is finally going to go grab that Bombus medallion over here.
You know, did they have the hook shot when they were coming over here? Because otherwise, that might have been an intentional skip.
It could have been. Could very well have been. I don't think they did.
So, all right. Well, it's fast. It's definitely faster. We know we're going to have to come back here. It's faster to get that chest with the hook shot. Just do it next time.
Yeah. Fairly early dip. So, yeah, I could see that. Up. Using the arrows to great effect there for the quick kill. Nicely done.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, arrows and sword beams faster than the pots there, if you've got them.
Yep.
Yeah, and taking time to get those silvers doesn't surprise me, considering the fact that we're only on Master Sword, or we're only on Fighter Sword right now, and so there's a decent chance that we're only going to get Master Sword here.
Oh yeah, I at this point. Especially, like, the thing that's looming large to me is the fact that Vinter now has 2 Ganz Tower Smalls. Like, I feel like that's him going, there is a sword somewhere early in Ganon's Tower.
Right,
we need
and so,
keys for.
So let's pick up those keys just to make sure that we can get to them. Yeah.
But we'll see. There's still a few checks here. You know, I say a few. There's a lot of checks we could potentially do on the critical path through the rest of this seed. We are skipping the Pin Gator room here in ice, so it's nothing there.
Vinter is going to hit the switch here. No Ice Palace big key, so that makes sense.
Yep. All right. As Yak finishes up with Eastern, collects that crystal, and is on their way.
Presumably to Ice Palace.
All right. Gonna pick up a safety here first. Can't
Makes
say I blame
sense.
him.
Yeah, I always like to have a blue potion headed in Ice Palace, especially on Fighter Sword.
Yeah. Oh, Fire Sword, Green Mail.
Yeah, Fighter Sword and Green Mail here.
Oof. Oof. Yikes. Just no. Thank you.
Yikes indeed.
So, also interesting, Vinter just not getting any chests at all here in ice so far. Looks like this is just
clearly nothing helpful in there.
Straight bolting to cold stare here, from the looks of it. Which, the more items Vinter skips here, the more I'm starting to think it's just there's a sword somewhere early in Ganon's Tower.
Yep.
And Vinter's
I think that is likely the case here. Not getting anything in Ice Palace. All right, Fighter Sword, Green Mail, Cold Stare. A very difficult fight, but we do have half magic and Bombos, so we're going to have a bunch of Fire Rod ammo to work with.
And even though it doesn't do much damage, a Fighter Sword spin still can corral Cold Stare to make it a little bit easier to hit Fire Rod shots on multiple puffs.
Yep.
And if the fight really gets away with it from us, we do have that hammer, which does do Tempered Sword damage. But
pro tip though, if you're gonna use the Fire Rod to do most of your fighting here in the Cold Stare fight, spin him to the upper left hand corner instead of the upper right hand corner. I don't know why, but doing that makes it you're gonna get it's much easier to use the splash damage on the Fire Rod over that way than it is if you are doing it kind of the traditional NMG way and pushing the puffs up to the right. Watch Dante. Dante in particular. Dante's good at everything. Main tournament champion. But Dante in particular is the one who I know taught me about that.
So our tracker making a very good point. That is our 5-6 crystals done and dusted. So potentially something on Pyramid, but nope. We're not going to see it yet if it is anything, because Vinter heading right up Death Mountain. Oh my goodness. Is this the Master Sword in GT? Oh,
Very well could be. Could also just be up here, right? We still need a Master Sword. We still need we still need the Ice Rod in that second or that third Turtle Rock Small. And clearly, all of those things are up here on the mountain.
I mean, Turtle Rock Small and Ice Rod could both be on Laser Bridge for all we know.
Totally. Hell, that sword could be a Moldworm for all we know.
Yeah.
Probably not. I think that it would have been faster to just do it.
I was about to say, if that were the case, I think we would have seen Vinter try a little bit harder earlier in the seed to do the Harapot. There we go.
Yeah, totally agree.
But at any rate, Yak finishing up the Cold Stare fight, kind of in lockstep behind Vinter here at the moment. As Vinter has opened up Turtle Rock, but is not going inside, so I think we're about to take a sidetrack for the Ice Rod here.
Yep.
Or could very well,
or the sword,
both.
for that matter. All of those things better to get before you go into TR.
Yeah.
There's our Master Sword.
And the immediate fall, I was about to say, the immediate fall would tend to point to, that we're done here.
Yep, so that third Turtle Rock Small and the Ice Rod, both in TR.
Or something leading to one of those two things.
Oh, God. You shut your mouth. Doc is going back into the back of Escape.
Missed a Turtle Rock Small, I think. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Which, that's their third, according to the tracker.
Is it?
I
think that that's their second, and that we just assumed that they got that when they went to back of Escape.
Or I just looked right as the tracker updated the.
No, it said two before, but I think it was I think probably what happened, which was we made the fair assumption that they went to back of Escape and opened all of the chests that they need.
Okay.
I don't know. Not sure that I would have gotten that hookshot cave chest there. Maybe just get the Master and Tempered and be done with it.
All right then. Okay then. That's some interesting locations for that.
All right, so
also,
Vinter went through
that third key? Because Vinter had 3.
It was on the Pokey.
Oh, okay. No, he had 3.
Maybe it was in the compass room. Must have been in the compass room.
Or we just missed one somewhere, which is always possible.
Also possible.
Because tracking these is madness.
Yeah, these spoiler races are all over the place.
So with that being said, we are in go mode here, so we could technically go take a peek here.
Yeah, where were those keys? Don't tell us if we haven't seen one of them yet.
Yep.
All right, Yak is going in here for just two with just 2 keys.
Turtle Rock. Okay, so there's the one in Escape, which we know of. Palace of Darkness, Stalfos Basement, I think we saw.
I think they got that one.
That's the big key. Oops. I think we saw that one? Question mark? We'll make a note of that. Oh, wait, that's the map. Sorry, I misread that. Pot Prison in Skull Woods.
I think we got that one.
Yeah.
There's our Ice Rod in the big chest.
Because, of course. All right.
But yeah, Vinter did have an extra key somewhere, which makes me worried for where this other small key is going to be on volleyball problems.
Yep.
Unless there's one on Laser Bridge. But Vinter has a third key here.
Yes.
We're gonna have to keep an eye on this because that would be the race right there.
Yeah. I think Vintner might have grabbed the one in Skull Woods and Yak didn't actually.
That would
Because
be
that
extremely unfortunate.
either that or Palace of Darkness. Those are the two that I know neither like. Yeah. Yeah, and by the way, chat pointing out this Turtle Rock is loaded because we found Blue Mail, we found 2 swords, we found yeah, just a bunch of
the
stuff
Ice Rod.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ice Rod. Sorry, my brain just went. Bleh. All right.
But yeah,
Nice
coming up
clean
here on
Trinex fight there.
Yeah, nice Trinex bite. Coming up on the moment of truth here for volleyball problem, and they're gonna figure out. Oh, they're skipping the blue mail. Wow. Are they? Is there a key on Laser Bridge, or are they gonna have a big face palm here, trying to get in the Trinex door without a small key?
And they are. I think they might be paying attention to their opponent's stream and realizing, we have a problem here.
Yeah.
Because that's the only reason I can think of to be skipping the blue mail there.
Yeah, but unfortunately, okay,
Yeah.
all right. So although it's possible that there isn't a key here, and they were gonna just save the portal.
You have cape. Okay.
But there's a small key there. French vanilla small key on Laser Bridge. Classic. So pro tip for this, he's setting it up wrong. Oh no, that worked, huh? Interesting.
Yeah.
Pro tip for that: if you bonk against the lower left hand peg, it puts you on a good pixel for that.
Nice. All right, so Yak heading into the Trinex fight. Gonna go for the 0 cycle here, or the quick kill. Looking good so far.
Yeah, nicely done. I don't think that you can. I think you might be able to 0 cycle with tempered, but it is very tight. All right, and there's crystal number 7 for Beumvirate, and they are headed straight up Ganon's tower.
Yep. Yeah, Beumvirate very much in control here. Looks like they're going to be joining the melee at 3rd place here. In the Eastern Palace Division. Unless something goes terribly, terribly wrong. Which, I mean, it's low-ish percent. It could, but Chat asking about the Harapot. Some people may not be as comfortable with hookshot spin strats.
I know I'm not. Like I don't have a setup for it, and so when I try to do that, the super speed strat, more often than not, I just try to do it like a whole bunch, and it would have been faster for me to just do the bomb setup that I'm more comfortable with. Sometimes it works right away, but sometimes I have to do it like 10 or 11 times.
Yeah, I don't know what my particular mental block is with like bomb setups for say Diver Down or Harapot, but for some reason just anything that's like sub-pixel dependent like that, I'm just like, nah, I'll just take the easy way. Yeah.
Well, I know why. Like, I also prefer the Samaria setup for Diver Down, and not only because it's the first one that I learned, but it's like bombs have a timer. You know, like it's more stressful to do that than it is to do the Samaria one when you move at whatever speed you want to be moving at, and not like whatever speed you need to be moving at because of the bomb.
Yep. Yep. Yak is definitely making some inroads here towards gaining some time, but Vintner is just tearing through this gauntlet.
Yeah, good use of silvers there in the first couple rooms. Has switched to Fire Rod. Ooh, misses the splash damage there.
And is getting bodied a little bit by the Beamos and the Medusa head here. Gonna have to burn that red.
I know that they don't have it, so it's not an issue in this seed, but one of my pet peeves about this game is that the Beamos beams aren't blocked by the mirror shield. Like, what the hell is that? Yeah, good. Oh, nice Mimic 1 there by Yak. Chat making up a good point that that volleyball problem has the powder. Nice safety here for the top of GT.
Yep. Could come in handy if they have as much of a problem with the last couple of rooms of the gauntlet as Vintner did there. Again, Vintner through Wizrobe 2 now. Nicely done.
The most satisfying room in the game.
Yeah, that room has been giving me fits lately. It's been not pleasant. All right. Nicely done torch puzzle room here by Beyond Brit and Vintner, and up we go. Probably going to be seeing a pickup here of the magic refill coming up here in a few rooms.
Yeah, and we do need to get the Helma key here.
Yep.
Nice gauntlet by Yak. There does get the splash damage on that Astolfos there. Really good gauntlet for 5.
Yep. All right, there we go. Vintner through now to Moldorm 2. Oh, didn't quite get the dash there, but cleans the last hit up nicely.
Uh-oh, Yak is out of arrows. Gonna need to pick some up in the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't not. Uh-oh. That could be trouble.
Yeah. May not be paying attention to that at the moment.
That'd be very unfortunate. No, get the drop! No!
Oh, buddy. Oh.
It's like watching a car wreck in slow motion. It's not good.
Meanwhile, Aga 2 being pretty friendly for Vintner here. That's gonna be the end of Aghanim 2. Vintner gonna be heading into the big pig fight. Oh, and Yak Yak having problems with the torch. Oh, that's oh boy.
Yeah, it's not great.
Things are unraveling very quickly here.
All right, this should be good this time.
Yep.
Yeah, this is why I don't like to look at the seed or look at my opponent's stream in these spoiler races because if I know that I'm ahead or behind,
no!
If I know that I'm ahead or behind, I start making
Yeah.
mental errors and lose focus.
Yeah, Yak is trying desperately to put themselves in a position to capitalize if Vinter has a mistake, but it's just leading to mental unforced errors, and it's just gonna be too little too late here. At Vintner making good use of the cape glitch to wait out the fire bats here.
Yep.
Nicely done.
If you activate the cape and hold onto the wall with the A button, it doesn't drain magic for some reason.
Yep, because again, very well-coded video game. All right, onwards to phase 3.
So, still no arrows for Yak, unfortunate.
Yeah.
You know, not the end of the world, can do silverless in the silverless fight, but would have been faster to just pick up some arrows.
Yeah. But again, I think it's more they're trying to put themselves in a position to capitalize if Vintner has a unfortunate problem here, which at this point, Vintner would have to get telefragged by Ganon.
Yep.
And that's not going to happen. And Indeed,
There it
that is
is.
a floating big pig, or somehow because that's pretty high up there, Vintner. Most
That's
dangerous
pretty
one by
close.
three, and that's the most dangerous 1x3 in all of Hyrule. Vintner, waiting for it to appear and cross it safely, does so.
Get your GGs in chat for Vinter and Biumvirate, who are going to win this race.
Indeed. Where'd my SRL time? Where'd my
SRL.
SRL? What? Oh, what? What year is it? What time zone am I in? Racetime.gg window has gone somewhere I do not know.
That is an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 42 seconds. GG's to Vinter and Biumvirate, your winners in this race.
All right. We'll see about getting them in for a real quick interview. I do know they have some obligations for Speed Gaming Deutsch doing the German restream.
Yep.
So we'll see if we can get them in here real quick. If not, that's okay. Meanwhile, Yak finishing up the fight here on phase 2, soon to be phase 3, I would assume. Yep, there we are.
Yeah, we're in phase 3 here.
Oh,
Has
I
the
looked at
lamp
the wrong
out.
window.
Gonna need to do the silverless fight here. Oh no, silver, my one weakness.
Too bad you don't have any arrows. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll finish out this fight the silverless way.
That's a suspiciously empty quiver you have there. Yeah, I would assume it was just volleyball problem, seeing that they were the window was closing and just attempting to be in a position to capitalize.
Looks like we are joined by Vinter and the pilot Holy Smoke. GG's to you both.
GG.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Your general thoughts on this seed as we see Yak finishing up phase 4. There it is. As a matter of fact, actually, before you do that, let's everybody get your GGs in chat for Yak and Volleyball Problem, who are finishing up Ganon at this point. They're going to finish with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 8 seconds. All right, go ahead. What are your thoughts on this seed, Vinter and Holy Smoke?
Yeah, it was pretty complicated. The Agaseed was pretty clear from the start, but how to move around in the Dark World wasn't quite clear from the beginning, I think, because you had the option of grabbing two first gloves. Yeah, with the castle small, and I kind of wanted to steal the map chest key from the guard and then go through to back of his cape while grabbing the ocarina. I think that would have been a better play. But getting over that hurdle and after getting the mids, I think it was quite alright actually.
And looks like we're also joined by Yak and their pilot Skipseed. GG's to you both.
GG to everyone.
GG, thanks.
Looks like you guys had a bit of a rough finish there at the end.
We had a lot of trouble, like the thing with the cave that happened, I was like, oh no, York, no, please.
Yeah.
And we had some trouble with miscommunication with the Turtle Rock keys, but besides that, I think it was a good route. Like, we avoided the Palace of Darkness double dip, which seemed to, well, it could have been intended. I don't know. Like,
it was.
Yeah, no, it was interesting to see how both of you approached that, and approached the flippers was the other thing. So, Yak, you and Skipsy decided to grab that Hyrule Castle key and walk through all the way into the back escape to pick up those slippers early. Vinter, you all did a water walk to get into Waterfall Ferry to get the hook shot there and the Swamp Small Key. Can each of you go through your thought process on making that decision?
Yeah,
Well, it was more or less accidental because we checked the flippers right when we went to Zora area. Otherwise, we would have gotten that pot big key for sure, or at least
we
the bow
tried
before that.
to follow the logic most of all, and I completely didn't think about Waterfall Ferry because the flippers were in the back of Escape, and my thoughts were on, is this an Aghanim seed or not?
Right.
And that was the huge decider, I'd say. Like, if you get those flippers early or not, I don't see it as like it was the decider. Like,
Yeah,
it
the
could
flippers
be
don't make a huge difference.
Yeah.
All right, so I know you all have some responsibilities over on Speed Gaming Deutsch as well. If you want to head off there, so we can cut it here. GG's to everybody, and congratulations to Biumber at picking up 3 points, moving into a tie for third in the division. So thanks everybody for a fantastic race to our runners and pilots. Vinter, piloted by Holy Smoke, and Yak, piloted by Skipsy. GG's to all of you.
Thank you. Thank you for the restream.
Thank you.
Thank you, GG.
And Wes, a pleasure.
Yes, thank you very much for joining me for CoComs here. Very fun to do a double header here myself with some great action in the division across these 4 teams. Looks like a lot of action is going to be happening in the Eastern Palace division over the next couple of weeks. It'll be interesting to see which teams emerge victorious. Because, some great play from all 4 teams I watched today. So, yeah, it should be interesting to see how this division plays out here as the season continues here in the Open League.
And here on the ALTTPR League's family of channels, there are 2 potential races this evening that will get restreamed if we get crew volunteers. One at 7 p.m. One at 10 p.m. Eastern. I put the wrong numbers in the chat earlier. So one is at 10 p.m. Eastern and one is at 11:30 p.m. Eastern. I was looking at local times on the West Coast.
That 10 p.m. Eastern one has some doofus named Westside Vandal running. So maybe
So get some comms on that. I won't be able to do that one myself, but yeah,
I might not.
Yeah, probably not. And then there will also be, I believe there are a couple invitational matches over on Speed Gaming today, so check out those schedules as well.
I did go ahead and drop all of the relevant links and commands to follow our runners, our pilots, our co-commentary crew, our tracker, and our restream producer, Meredith Alterna. I have been Westside Vandal for Tyler Salt. Please stick around. We are going to be rating Scottish Brave, who is currently doing some cross keys practice, I understand. Ooh. So that should be fun. Show them some love and support. I've been a part of this community for a few years, and we've all been pretty chill people. So let's keep the good vibes going. Until next time, whenever that is, have a good time playing Rando, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks,
Later.
nerds. Have a good rest of your day.